The third week of 2025 was another one for the history books, and since we're starting with the ducks, the absolute highlight is coming up quickly. First, let's cover the long-staying ducks. The only lesser scope reported this week was the one in the Kennemerduinen. I'm planning to visit this bird soon for my photo year list. However, I was hoping to film the bird in its full breeding plumage, but it's making slow progress with molting. While most ducks are already done with the molt and looking their best, this one still hasn't reached its finest appearance. The bottlehead made another brief appearance in Pampushaven. After being seen there on January 1st and 6th, it was spotted again on the 14th. With only 3 sightings in 14 days, the chances of seeing this bird are quite low. However, since the location can be viewed from a car, someone usually stops by daily to check if the bird is around. If everyone takes this responsibility serious and makes a small detour to Pampushaven, we'll probably relocate it eventually. When that happens, the key will be to head there the same day to add it to your list. The Baikalteal was another major crowd puller this week, drawing birds to the fields around St. Pancras. This was largely due to the mega rarity on Texel and the convenience of spotting the bird from a car. So yes, if you're in the area, it makes sense to check it out. Whether it's truly a wild bird, we'll never know. It is noteworthy, however, that this species has been found much more frequently in Northwest Europe in recent years compared to say a decade ago. Many of these birds also seem to return annually. This could be the result of a one-time influx, with the birds now moving back and forth with flocks of Eurasian widgeon. In the east of the country, near the German border, a second Baikalteal was discovered. Interestingly, it was spotted by the same birder who found the first brown shrike for the Netherlands in the same region exactly 10 years ago. If you're already heading to see the Baikalteal, you might as well stop by to see the ringneck duck, which is just a 10-minute drive away. This bird can also be conveniently spotted from the car. The ringneck duck is another species from America that's appearing in Europe with increasingly regularity. On the Azores or in Great Britain, you can sometimes find several of these ducks together. In the Netherlands, there haven't yet been sightings of 2 or more birds traveling together, though there have been records of 2 individuals seen close to each other. Currently, the 2 ringneck ducks are also relatively nearby. The one at Kennemermeer is still on the June Lake there. Just as we were recovering from the excitement of the first Pacific diver ever recorded in the Netherlands, we were completely shocked by a report on Monday afternoon of a Spectacled Eider on Texel. At 1:30, a link to a sighting on waarneming.nl was shared in the National Rare Bird WhatsApp group. The link detailed an observation of a male Spectacled Eider on Texel, accompanied by a photo. When it comes to reports of absolute megas, many birders, including myself, often go into a frenzy, rushing around the house to gather their gear and get into the car as quickly as possible. My wife has given me some strange looks in the past when I've reacted like this to sightings of birds like the cream-colored courser or the dark-sided flycatcher. This time, however, it was completely different. I remained calm. I simply couldn't believe that a Spectacled Eider could be swimming around on Texel. And if it was there, surely it had to be an escape, right? Still, I quickly decided it would be better to head in that direction while waiting for further information. If it turned out to be nothing, we could always come back. But if it was legitimate, we'd already be on our way. It didn't take long before we received confirmation that the bird was indeed present. Later, additional details confirmed that it was unringed, in excellent feather condition, and displaying natural behavior for the species. For more information about the occurrence of the species, I recommend checking out the YouTube channel The Everyday Birder, which has an excellent illustrative video. A vlog documenting this twitch will also appear on my channel soon. As of this writing, 1620 individual birders have logged this sighting on waarneming.nl. However, this may only represent half or even less of the total number of visitors. People from all over the world have come to see this bird because for many, this is by far the cheapest way to encounter the species worldwide. The other mega rarity of the year, the Pacific diver, is still being spotted daily around Neeltje Jans. Recently, however, the bird has not been seen as close as it was earlier. Additionally, the persistent fog of the past days has not provided the ideal weather conditions for another visit to this bird. The same applies for the Spectacled Eider, by the way. Many birders are impatiently waiting for a spell of clear weather to visit both species again. Despite the Pacific diver being around for a longer period, it has been reported less frequently on waarneming.nl compared to the Spectacled Eider, 1530 reports versus 1620, which really underscores just how extraordinary the Spectacled Eider is. Unfortunately, the yellow-billed diver discovered last week did not survive. On Tuesday, it was already noted that the bird occasionally appeared unwell. That day turned out to be its last reported sighting. At the same time, the dense fog starting on Wednesday could have also made it difficult to relocate the bird. Sadly, the bird was found dead on Saturday. It still looked in reasonably good condition, so it's possible it lived for a few more days after Tuesday, but simply wasn't found due to the fog. Unfortunately, this marks the second yellow-billed diver in 4 years to die in the Netherlands. The pygmy cormorant in Lelystad is still being reported daily. If you're lucky, you can spot it directly from the main road, although it seems that the bird is more easily observed up close at another location. However, this requires a short walk through the park. In the upcoming Monday episode of the 2025 Photo Year List series, you'll see how Willem and I managed to add this species to a year list. The 6th calendar year Iceland gull that had been staying on the beach at Katwijk returned this week to its usual perch on a pipe on a building in Leiden. On Friday, the bird disappeared shortly before noon and wasn't seen again until Sunday afternoon. Interestingly, there's a Saturday market in Leiden. Could that have been a factor? We'll keep an eye out to see whether the bird is reported again next Saturday. The glaucous gull, on the other hand, has proven to be much more stationary in the harbour of IJmuiden recently, allowing birders travelling south from Texel to take it off on their way, perhaps after seeing the bicotile and ringneck duck. A while back, I was thrilled to film an adult glaucous gull in the Netherlands, the Vlissingen bird. Now, I find myself longing to spot a striking juvenile like those I saw years ago. That said, there are plenty of other rare gulls I'd love to film in the Netherlands, so be sure to keep scanning the flocks. The black guillemot, previously seen around Texel and Den Helder, was found this week in the naval base harbour. It became an added bonus for those visiting the Spectacled Eider. Unfortunately, the harbour is on military grounds and closed to the public. This didn't stop a few people from slipping through the fence, only to be promptly escorted out by security. From public access points, the bird could occasionally be seen, but it's far from a certainty. Hopefully, the bird relocates soon to its usual spot in the harbour of Oude Schild, where I recorded this footage of it a few years ago, assuming, of course, it's the same individual. The hoopoe on Ameland was reported again on both the 14th and 18th of January. Still alive. Will it make it to spring? If the winter remains as mild as it has been so far, there's a good chance it will. The Siberian lesser whitethroat in Didam is still being reported sporadically. If the Netherlands eventually switches taxonomy from CSNA to IOC, this bird would be considered a subspecies of the lesser whitethroat, which might explain the limited interest it's garnered. This week, another wintering lesser whitethroat was discovered. A bird was captured and ringed near Utrecht. However, I haven't seen further reports of this individual, so I'm not sure if it's still present. The Pallas's leaf warbler in Beesterswaag is also still hanging around. My birding friend Willem Bosma spotted it again on the 18th. He will likely keep an eye on it during his regular walks through the local forest. Young leaf warblers just keep popping up. After one was seen around New Year's in Hendrik Ido Ambacht, another was found south of Amsterdam. That bird had already disappeared before my birding plans brought me near that location. Now a new young leaf warbler has been found in the Kennemer Duinen, where it could theoretically be combined with a visit to the lesser scorp. Since the sightings don't overlap in time, it's possible that all these reports are of the same individual. The bird on the Sallandse Heuvelrug was also reported again this week, meaning it remains on the radar for a potential combination with the black grouse. Which one I'll pursue and whether I'll manage to capture any of them on camera will be revealed soon on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next one.